I'm getting blacklisted, I'm afraid of it. No, don't be afraid of getting blacklisted. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can avoid to get blacklisted by any means. If your cold email domains get blacklisted, you're basically out of business. This is the major focus of your outreach. You can never get blacklisted, or that account, that funnel is away. So there are a couple very simple and yet powerful steps to take. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can avoid to get blacklisted ever and what you can do in case you get blacklisted with your cold emails. So, as always, buckle up and let's right away jump inside. The first point to avoid when you're afraid of getting blacklisted is to send out a lot of volume with your cold emails. I know that lots of hobos, lots of gurus out there are telling you to send 50 to 100 cold emails every single day per email account. I strongly disagree. So we tried both. We tried out one huge campaign with 5 email accounts where we sent out like 100 emails straight every single day. They went into the rubbish. They went into the blacklists of that world very fast. So how we do business is we operate with multiple. And when I say multiple, I mean multiple. So not 5, not 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 email accounts with 10 to 20 different domains. So just a little recap. A domain is, for example, domain.com, and an email account is moritz@domain.com or peter@domain.com, just as a little recap here. So what we do is we send a maximum of 20 emails per account per day. So that is very low volume, and a human could send out the same. So nothing suspicious about that for Google, for Outlook, for Zoho, for all the different providers. So you're signaling you are a real human. And what we also do here is we add a lot of warm up emails. So we don't want to send more than 50 emails in total. When I say total, I mean normal outreach emails and warm up emails. So make sure to send out a maximum of 20 emails, like cold emails, and a maximum of 30. I would say 25 is a good balance. 25 warm up emails every single day. So that's how you make sure to avoid the first spam filter trap. Now, as a second point, and that is very important, look for the value you create. And what we do in sales is we generate trust. Cold email, cold DMs, cold calling, all that things are a way for you to build trust with your prospect. If you'd manage to not do that, the prospects will not buy and you have terrible closing rates. If you can manage to build trust over cold email, cold calls, or cold DMs, your closing rate will be skyrocketing. And with skyrocketing, I mean like really high increase. So we have customers who increase their closing rate from like 3% to 20% just because they build up more trust. And how can we build more trust? With little details. For example, in an email copy, care about your prospect. One of our community members today in a call asked me, yeah, but how do you build trust? And it's very simple and yet very hard. So you need to care about your prospect. You need to signal your prospect that you know their problems, that you know what they need to deal with every single day, and that you help them to solve their problem. And they don't care that you're doing lead generation. They don't care that you're doing cold emails. They don't care that you're doing cold calling and cold DMing and all that things. They don't care. They only care about the problem they have and if you can solve it, yes or no. If you can solve it, great. Then you will have a pretty decent, pretty good closing rate. If not, prospect not interesting. But you can come up and follow up with them in a later stage. So first point, care about your prospect. And I know lots of people are saying it, but I mean it. Don't just write any cold email and say, okay, I know your problem. Be specific. For example, again, my favorite example, the logistics industry. like with forklifts and all that things. The biggest issue in logistics is the lack of efficiency when they need to recharge the batteries. And I had a customer who like improved that process with AI. And with that, it's very simple. We don't talk about AI, we don't talk about the solution, we talk about their problem. So problem solution fit. We help you increase the efficiency of your logistics side by over 30% in less than 1 year. Boom. The prospect now knows, okay, Moritz knows what I'm talking about. And he also knows a solution, how to solve it. And he also solved it before for someone else. So that's the second point. Solve a real problem. Don't just do buzzwording. People in the industry know their lingo. They will know when you just mess with them around, when what you have to say is not a real thing. The third point I want to mention to get less likely inside a blacklist is, in my opinion, the most amazing one. Use videos and photos and GIFs in your cold emails. That enables you to show a face to your prospect, because your prospect most likely will get thousands of cold emails every single month. But how do they know that you are the one which can really solve their problem? How can you build additional trust? Not just your copy, but how can you build additional trust? And the additional trust can be built that you talk to that prospect in the video, that they see your face, that they notice and see, oh wow, Moritz is so confident that he can help me, that he shows me his face, and that needs to mean something. And if you have a proper video around it, if you have a proper video, that doesn't need to be a long video, just like 1 minute or something. Make it very short. Say, hi John, I just came over your website, just found your website, and it's amazing what you guys are doing. Wait, I'm not just here to shower you with compliments, because I think I could help you getting an increase in your efficiency, for example. Is that interesting for you? Is that interesting for you? So just record that in a little video that can be generic but specified on one industry. So always make sure to reach out to one industry. But if someone from the logistics industry clicks on that video and listens and views it, it will be amazing, because they see, okay, Moritz knows my problem, he knows a solution, and he gives me the power. He asks me, do you want to hear more about it? So your prospect is in the lead. They can decide whether they want to say yes or they want to say no. And that is very, very, very powerful. If you look at psychology, it's called permission-based sales. And we introduced that name in the market. So when you see it somewhere else, make sure to say, hey, Moritz did that first. And great that you got it from him. Because many people are going to copy that. I'm 100% sure. Because permission-based sales is super powerful. I mean, a prospect always loves to be in charge. So let's take you, for example. I could sell you my services, our services, everything around, and be like salesy and pushy, but I don't care if you buy from us. I just care that we can help you and that you have a problem and we help you to get from A to B. If we cannot help you, you're not our customer. So it's totally fine for me if we're not doing business, if you're just watching that free content. But if that's relevant for you, if you need more customers, if you need help setting up all that systems, then I'm more than happy to help. But you are in charge. You can contact me over the funnel page, which is down below in the links or in the Slack group or wherever. But I don't care if you don't do that, because I am 100% sure that the leads, that the prospects should be in charge to decide whether that's interesting for them or not. So that is the third and fourth point, basically already connected to each other. So the third point was to create a very easy customized video. And the fourth point is to use something called permission-based sales. Don't pitch your stuff, just the necessary things, and then ask them, is that interesting for you? Or would that be worth exploring any further? Don't ask for a call. Don't ask for 15 minutes. All people do that. I don't care about you when you don't solve my problem. And I just hop on calls with people worth my time as a business owner. So never ask for a call. That stimulus is so old and overused. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting shivers when someone sends me a cold email and wants to hop on a 1-hour call, because that still is something people do. Don't do that. Build trust. Ask them for permission to send more if that's interesting for them. Don't just pitch your stuff. So that was the fourth point, permission-based sales. And now, if you look at all those 4 points and manage to do that, manage to integrate all those 4 points inside your cold email copy, you will first of all not get blacklisted, but also secondly, you will close more deals because people trust you. And that's a wonderful thing, because when someone is already trusting you and already understanding what you're doing before they hop on a sales call with you, it's very easy. Depends on the person. I would say it's easier to close them, and you will see a huge increase in your closing rate. And that is what counts, the closing rate, because positive replies are nice, but what really counts is when they send the money over to your bank account. So make sure to follow always those 4 steps. And in case you are then still getting blacklisted somehow, that can always happen. Not a thing to worry too much about, but here's a simple tip. When you buy your domains, don't buy all domains and all email accounts from one account. So split it up to 3 or 4 different accounts, because in case the main account gets blacklisted, it might have an impact on all the other accounts. So first of all, to troubleshoot right away from the beginning when you start buying your domains, buy them from 3 to 4 different main accounts. And then, for example, buy domain.com on the one account, then buy on the other account domains.com, and on the third account domainx.com. And then create email accounts on each different account. So that's how we make sure that our main account domains don't get blacklisted. And in case then, if you're still getting blacklisted, stop the outreach, reach out to the certain blacklist, request to get de-blacklisted. Most of the time that works. If they want some proof that you're not spamming, send them like some statistics that you're only sending out around about 20 emails a day and that you don't think it should be blacklisted. And then they're very coulant in that way. When you explain it to them, they don't want spammers which send tens of thousands of emails every day, because that's just terrible. They flood inside the inboxes. They should be marked as blacklisted and as spam. But someone like you who just sends out 20 customized emails per account every single day, you will have very good cards to getting de-blacklisted. And in case they say, no, we will not lift that ban or that blacklist, don't worry, just take them out of the major campaigns and just let them warm up for a couple of weeks, then recheck. And also, in case it's just one blacklist you're on, don't worry too much about it. Like when it's a significant amount, when you're on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20 blacklists, then you have a huge problem. But one blacklist, that is still okay. That will not impact your deliverability too much. And as I mentioned before in the video, in case you're still then struggling with getting more high-ticket, happy-paying customers and you need help with setting everything up, getting outbound machines, getting predictable growth, getting a predictable pipeline, there's a link down below. Make sure to click it. And also full transparency, as I mentioned before, that's a funnel page. So when it's not relevant for you, no hard feelings, everything all right. But if it's relevant for you, make sure to click it and to book a meeting with me or one of our team members. And if you don't want to join something like that, if you already have a good outbound machine and just want to exchange and getting knowledge, deep inside knowledge from industry experts, there's a free community also down below, linked here. Make sure to enter, and we have one weekly call every single week on Monday. So also make sure to join it. It's completely free, no strings attached. Just join, and we're happy to welcome you there. Have a lovely day, have a wonderful day, and stay awesome. Bye-bye.